Hello and welcome to Jobskillshare.org. This is a guidance video. Sometimes our premium members send a email to us and basically they will either ask for help on how to take some of the courses because some of the courses are basics, some are advanced. So then usually what happens is that if a member is taking courses in a stepwise or sequential method like step 1, step 2, step 3, then at the end, of course, courses become advanced. So before you start on this, process, I want to show you how this basically looks like when we get a message from a member. So Kara is a member. She's a premium member. I'm extremely confused on how I should take this course. I'm 26% through this course and overwhelmed by the videos. With so much information, my head's spinning. I can't remember each task for each service lessons as time goes on. Am I supposed to be doing the labs at the same time while watching each module? I'm wondering how the new IT students are comprehending all this information. If so, are they using a couple of devices like computer to do the labs and maybe an iPad to watch the videos? I'm hands-on learners, but yet still need to comprehend and understand what I'm doing. Do you have any suggestions or solutions on how to this course should be taken? Now, this is very important and it's a very good question. And this is where we really help in this community because our courses, we are trying our best to make sure that there's no stress involved in it. But of course, this is technology. There will be some type of stress. But since you are in this platform, I believe it will be very helpful when things are followed correctly. So here, I am going to go to the program. Now, before I go into this program, so for the new IT professionals, remember this is a full program. It's a career development program. So this program is designed for someone who wants to get into IT, someone who gets a job for the first time and they didn't know about our program. Now they know and they will be in this program for about 6 months, even if they have landed a job. So this program is actually a full development program and not just courses to be finished and then you learn to go out to apply. So I'm going to explain that. So when you start this program, the first mindset of this program is that you're not supposed to finish every single course and then apply for jobs or to be kind of ready for the job. And that's where a lot of people do this mistake, that they will start this self-paced program. For example, I'm going to click on it right now. And usually a lot of members try to finish step 1, step 2 and everything in one shot. Now that's okay if someone can really comprehend this information, and that's where this kind of makes sense, because if you see the issue is how do I comprehend this, and then of course how do I do this. The doing part I will show, but the comprehending part is more of a mindset that you need to understand. So the first thing is this: when you finish the fundamental course, which is an IT Fundamental V1.0 course, in Practice Lab, this is a CompTIA A+ lab connected together. We have made videos and everything with it. So this kind of gives you that basic understanding of how to manage a operating system. So in the beginning, when you are applying for jobs, and especially entry-level IT jobs, a lot of people look for extreme basics. Do you know the basics of computers? Do you know the customer service? And that's where, when you are in this course, you're given access to a CompTIA A+, which is a video course from your partner portal. So you finish that and you get to understand the hardware side of it and things like that. And after that, you learn a lot from that course. And after that, when you get into this course, you learn a lot of basics, commands, ipconfig, things like that, right? So when you finish this course, you're pretty much basically ready for some of the basics of, doing your job. But then, of course, there are certain softwares and features that we look for in the community, or when you go outside for applying for jobs, job description. The second course is where you really learn some of the kind of like third-party skills, and that's where the combination of the IT Fundamental V1.0 and the step 2, which is Help Desk Support Technical V1.0, gives you a pretty good understanding of how a normal entry-level job should be done. So when you have these two courses, this is where we recommend you to actually start applying for jobs. You should be in the community, which is our Discord community. I'm going to post a link if someone is not a part of this. And you should be working on your template right now, a resume template. You should be working on interview questions. You should be working on the things that you have seen in the community or the YouTube hot seat videos. And that's where you're going to actually start comprehending the mindset of that. Okay, I know the fundamentals. I know some of the third-party skills that are kind of hot in the market. I should be actually applying for jobs at this point. Now, after step 2, you will see some of the other courses like ticketing systems. This is a very short course. So these are basically some of the extra skills that we think that you should definitely finish. And this shouldn't take you even more than 2 hours because these videos are very short and the project is also short. So when you finish these 3, you're almost ready for some of the basic type of jobs, like what we call entry-level jobs, or sometimes they don't require server-level skills. So this is why we say that this is a program for people for a long career development, because when you become an IT professional, you're not just a IT professional and then move on to advanced careers. It's mostly when you become an IT professional, you want to get better at that position, so then you can apply for more advanced positions. So most likely a lot of people will move on to a more technical positions, even in the same IT support career. So entry level, level 1, tier 1, tier 2, things like that, or maybe an MSP technical people, they're a little bit more technical. So let me show you an example. So if you look at this example, I just kind of like went ahead and searched on Google and Indeed.com, and you start looking for technical jobs. And the problem in this career, like we say to many people, is that the descriptions are always, they're like, some people will ask something that you will never expect. So that's why we tell our members that you can never just go by one specific description and then you think you need to learn all of that stuff. You'll have to learn what's hot in the market, and then the rest you will need to learn from the job. That's just the reality of this. And here, if you look at this job right here, this is a normal technical job. It doesn't require you to know too much about servers or anything like that. And they want you to just do the normal, queries from a ticketing system right here. The ticketing system, this was your step 3 course, and you kind of learn a lot of these things from step 1 and step 2, and you're almost ready, mentally you're ready, you're practically ready for this type of job. And this is where the companies are expecting you to know just basics, okay? But if you go back and look at the same titles, and that's where the problem will start in this career, is that some positions are going to ask for Active Directory, and then, some are going to go for not the senior one. Let's go to help desk, this one. And some people ask for virtualization, servers, and here you can clearly see that they're asking for Windows 2016. That means a server, group policies, and things like that. So then how do you learn this stuff, And that's where it's up to the member. And when we tell it's up to the member is that how far can you go with this study? Because now you're moving on to more advanced study in the same program. So when you go back to our program, let's go back to our program here. You can see the 4th course is about Windows Server Administrations, Active Directory, Group Policy. So when you start this course, right in the beginning, we tell people that before you start this course, before you even start doing this lab in your practice lab, you need to know the basics, which we give a video in this course in the beginning, the introduction video. The first session, there's a live session that we have created here for free for a few hours, 1.5 hours, something like that. So that's the knowledge that you just need. And then there's a free course inside this course which leads you to just basic Active Directory administration, and that's all you need for this type of jobs. You do not need to know the servers, the DHCP, DNS in a very detailed way. Now, like I said, for some people, they may need it because they have already gotten a job, or they may have done a lot of basics and they know the basics, but they want to get into these jobs as well now. Because these jobs require experience, sometimes that's where you are kind of countering experience when you say that I know these things. And I don't know, for someone who's brand new, it's a very hard thing to accept that when there's a job that says we need 2 years of experience, and then you say that if I know these things, they're just going to give you the job. And that's just the reality. And for someone to know this reality, they have to be a part of our Discord community and see how many success stories we have posted. And that's just how this career works. It's a sad situation, but that's how it works. You can bypass the experience by knowing or doing these things, by going to these interviews and telling people that you know these things, you have done these things. So a lot of people give you opportunities. That's how it works. And when people come to us and they have landed jobs as a level 2, they didn't even do level 1, they just went straight to level 2. The reason for that is simple, because they were able to tell these things in the interview that you know these things. And that's where a lot of people will just let go of their experience requirements. So in short, what I'm saying is that the first focus for a member who is a new should be first 3 steps here. You shouldn't go too far beyond 3 steps and try to complete everything and then you're trying to apply for jobs, because now then what happens is this is a program. It's a long program. It's a career development program. You're going to spend a lot of time learning. And then, of course, in the beginning, you're going to get a little stressed because now you're not sure that now things are getting a little harder. And you're thinking that, is that how I need to finish things before I go for jobs? And we're telling people, no, you don't need to do that. You need to finish the first step 1, step 2, and apply for jobs, because these are the jobs that are going to be available to you, even from step 1, step 2, and step 3. And of course, you can go beyond that and just kind of learn as you go and kind of add to it while you're applying for jobs, because it's going to take time. That time shouldn't be wasted, and you should be then kind of going into these other courses. And if it's not too stressful for you, then I would say that you should continue, because you just don't have other option. If you're applying for jobs and things are not at that point things are a little slow, you wouldn't want to waste time. Then of course you would want to finish this. So that's kind of my suggestion to a member in this situation. You definitely need to finish the program, but like I said, just do it in a very sequential method and just focus on the first 2-3 courses and focus on your resume then after that. And after that, you should be applying for entry-level jobs, going to interviews. Rejection is a part of our program. You are going to get rejected from some places. That's just a reality. And from those rejections, you will find out more. Some people are lucky enough to just get a job in the beginning. That's just their luck. But most of the time, we all got rejected in the beginning. We all went through this stress. But again, this program is like a real world situation. So when you finish it, you're going to feel really good when you land a job, and then you realize that how your time that was invested into these courses that was even a little harder, you will find and realize how beneficial these steps were in that sense. Because when you are going to apply for a job like this and they give you that opportunity, then all of a sudden they're going to drop tickets on you related to these things, and while you're a help desk. That's just the reality. Now, how do you actually practice, and what's the recommended way? This is a very easy platform. We have created courses the lab module. So the lab access that you have is this. You have a pretty big access, because we don't want to let members just go into every single lab, because there are different skills. So when we are doing these steps, we're actually guiding people to how to take these courses or where to take these labs. So in this case, you have already, so if you're, let's say for example, you're taking fundamental course, you're going to go into the fundamental course in one tab, and basically you're going to open practice lab in a second tab. So what you want to do is you want to copy and open like that. You open a second tab like that. So now you have 2 tabs open. One is a course tab, which is your videos, and the second one should be your practice lab. So here you can see, let's say for example, any course that you're taking right now and whatever lab is recommended with that. So for example, if you come to module 1, we have module 1, a video for right here. This is introduction video. So module 1, exercise 1, you have 1 tab open right now, and the second tab, let's say for example, you go back to the community, and now you're going to open your lab information, which is your IT practice lab. Click here, and then you're going to open your practice lab right here. We already added a report section here just for this is another cool feature for people to know where I am. So when you click on this lab right here, it's going to take you to the lab portal right here. You may want to save this link, so then it's in the future it's easy. Just remember your username and password can be accessed from here, so it's easy for you. So now you have your video, you can watch the whole video, and here when you go into your practice lab, that lab that you're actually doing, you should actually open that lab. The second way, and probably another easy way a lot of people use in our platform, is when you have, just like you suggested, an iPad video or a second monitor. So if you have one laptop and you have a second monitor, you can use a second monitor to actually open practice lab, and on the left side you have a full course video. So then on the right side you have a full monitor, so you're not doing back and forth like that. Now, if you want to talk about the server course, let's go back to the portal. You're going to open the server course just like this one. So you're going to go back to your server course, and the quick way to go back to the course is if you've already started. If you click on course dashboard, it should be available here. And when you click on start, it would immediately start that course. This is the free course that we actually given in that course, the server course. Like I said in the beginning introduction, it's going to lead you to this course. So I would recommend actually this free course for you if you're looking for Active Directory skills. And server skills are just there, like I said, to counter some of the job descriptions like this one. So coming back, the server course that we're using here is in Microsoft, and it's basically a Windows Server Administration Fundamental Windows 10 update course. So if you look at it, it says Windows Server Administration, but we actually added our own custom videos in that course as well to make it a little easier. Install and configure Nano server, and that's the same video, sessions or things that you see in the course if you go back to the course right here. Okay, so let's go back to here, and to start the course, I'm going to go back to self. I'm just going from the starts for people to know where it is. So step 4 right here, you're going to click on go to the course, and that this is a kind of a page. Most of members know that this is a curriculum page. To start the course, you have to click on start course over here, and then it will take you inside the course, and the first module is the Nano, and you can see right here, this is the module. So you can do it like on one monitor. You're doing it here, you're watching a video inside the course. And when I say that you should really look into this first, that's what I was talking about, kind of like learning things at the basic level, and then it goes into a little more advanced. Now this is not even extreme advanced, to be honest. Some of the things that I would say, kind of go over it, but don't take too much stress, because you're not going to be applying for a systems administration position. Even these jobs, when they put something like here for virtualization of servers as a help desk, they do not expect you to know the infrastructure or the domain services or how to install a brand new domain controller. This is only for you to go over and then kind of get the idea of how things were created. So like I said, for some people, they may at the end use this program for career development to advance into systems administration. And that's later on when you actually get a job, then you're still in this program to actually transition from this program to a more advanced careers. And that's where your skills of this course, where you have learned this stuff, will be really beneficial, because now you are going to be able to transition to something more advanced. But for now, in the beginning, your focus was that those first few courses, getting a job, working in that job, learning the infrastructure, and then when you're ready to move up, then you come back to this course again and do these labs in a very serious manner. Then right now, just go over it just so understanding of how things were done. Great, I like it. If you like to do the practice on this, great, you should do it, because for a project you have to do this for the specific certificate. And don't stress too much about the rest, how things go deep in this course. You don't need to take that kind of stress right now at this point. I hope this was a great video for you. If you're still confused, give us a call. We can just do a live one-on-one later on, and then you see if that helps you. We want to help you in every way. So this is the first way to help our members. If you feel like you're still stuck, give us a call and let's just talk about where you're stuck. Thank you.